Hey guys, I'm Coach Jay, mental performance coach down here in Ponte Vedra, Florida. And today we're going to talk about goals, 2026 goals. We're also going to talk about systems. And I apologize for not being able to post any more videos recently. I've been busy. I've been on the road, also just, stacked up with clients. And I can't, it's hard for me to carve out this time to get these videos up. But I'm gonna try to do a better job going forward. I'm not on the road for a little while, so I think that'll allow me to get in more time. But let's kind of talk about this whole thing about it's the new year, kind of going into it. I've had clients over the years that were really big on goals, and they this is my goal. I want to be a D1 college football player. I want to be a D1 college athlete and so they got these huge goals, but really on the back end, I'm kind of like, well, I'm okay with goals, but to me that's only about 5% of the equation. What I'm really looking for is the system that supports the goals. So if you want to be a D1 quarterback, you have to do things. You got to get a certain amount of training in. You also got to be disciplined as far as morning routines, workouts, eating the right kind of foods, all those components. And so I'm not nearly as excited about goals as I am day to day things that you're doing that are the right things that support the goal. So I had a person, not going to give out too much information just in case they see this, but I had a person that one of their goals was, they were already at a D1 college and they were at a good one. And they were wanting to be D1 athlete and, but they were doing things like not getting enough sleep, going to bed too late. They were still involved in some drinking, some activities like that. And these activities did not support their body performing at the highest place. So because they were sick or not at 100% optimal performance, they weren't being considered for these things. And so, putting out some goal, some magical goal by itself does not really do anything. It's you gotta be able to back it up with a support system of activities, days on days, where you're doing these things 6 days a week and over a period of time. And as you start putting those together, you start putting days on days, that's when we start making the progress. But it takes a commitment. You got to trust the process. You got to know what you're doing. You got to do the right things. You got to be working with some good people, and that's just all part of it. So if you give it everything you got for a week, at the end of it, you're just going to be sore, and there's not going to be any progress. You got to commit to like 90-day process of doing things the right way, and that means getting up at the same time every day, going to bed at the same time. And so these are some of the things we talk about in my sessions, my counseling sessions. And so, I'm a mental performance coach down here in Ponte Vedra, Florida. If you want to, any way I can help you, if counseling is something that you're looking for, you can find me on X at College Scout FB. You can also find me at sportsintervention.com. I'm listed on Psychology Today as Coach Jay. God bless.